सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. Well, I thought this time I will escape talking, but anyway. So, Sri Krishna Kulkarni, the chairperson of the IIM Calcutta, Sri Saibal Chattopadhyay, Director in Charge, Sri Sumanta Basu, Dean Development and External Relations, Bhaskar Chatterjee, Dean Academic Programs. I thank you very much for inviting me here, and of course the dignitary sitting in front of me, and thank you students for bearing with me for a short while in the midst of all your other activities. Now, I can never escape speaking, but so I need to say a few words. First of all, I must say that I am very, very happy and delighted and thankful that the IIM Calcutta, a prestigious institute like the IIM Calcutta, has agreed or decided to honor me with the Honorary Doctorate PhD. What subject I do not know, but whatever it is. Humanity, right, wonderful. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. So, I said this in Sanskrit, not for any other reason except that this language is the ancient language of this country. Do not fit it into denominational boxes. It is a wonderful language. Mathematics, Aryabhata was not a religious person. He did all mathematics in Sanskrit. Kalidasa was the greatest poet we know. In fact, sometimes when we read Shakespeare, we see glimpses of Kalidasa here and there. And so many other great. Ramayana was written by Valmiki, who is called the Adi Kavi, which means the first epic poet. And I don't think there was a more ancient epic poet anywhere in the world. So it's an ancient language, therefore I think we need to give due respect to this language. Do not put it into a denominational box. This is my appeal to people. When you say Sanskrit, they say, oh, this must be something to do with a particular religion. I'm sorry, it's not. It's a great language. Then, if that is so, and if there have been so many contributions in that language, classical language, being classical, it's also a practical language. I have a dream, a desire, an appeal, which I don't know whether it will work or not, that some kind of a little bit of at least primary Sanskrit teaching could be included in your curriculum. It's fun. In our school, which is called the People Grow School, it's almost like Shanti Niketan. Children rarely get into classes. They're all outside most of the time. We have introduced spoken Sanskrit. This is interesting because most of us who speak any other language, we have many Sanskrit words in our languages. There is some parts of India who claim that Sanskrit has not affected us and we are away from Sanskrit. Ours is the oldest, all that is for philologists to discuss. I cannot say anything except that one of the people who are on the forefront of this movement, which says we don't want Hindi and Sanskrit, I want to tell you his name, which is Sanskrit, Karuna Nidhi. What is this? Karuna is compassion in Sanskrit, Nidhi is treasure. See this? So, this language comes everywhere. As you look into systems that have been Indian from the very beginning, you will find it everywhere. So, this is an appeal, maybe spoken Sanskrit for fun. Our children make little one-act plays, dramas in Sanskrit, interesting to watch. And gradually you will pick up. And there are ways of doing it today. It's there on the internet. You can pick it up. In fact, since I am in West Bengal, which is no more a communist state and it's not ruled by the communists, But I come from a state which is still ruled by the communists. Chief Minister is a good friend of mine. No problems fight with ideologies. What I'm trying to say is, since that is the case, we need to look at Sanskrit as not as a denominational language, but as a language that will enrich our intellectual understanding. In fact, it would go a long way to bring about a change in our ways and modes of thinking. Why I'm saying this? If you look at the advanced mathematics, I don't think there is any special management theory or thesis written in Sanskrit. I have not seen any. But the way the ancient system works is that it makes you think that your capacity to grow is infinite and not restricted to very small boxes. Simple reason. There's an ancient mantra called Purnamada, Purnamidam. You must have heard it many times. Unfortunately, people don't understand the language. Now, it simply means the origin is complete. Purnamidam, what has originated is also complete. I'm using my own translation. I mean, it's not wrong. It's not far from the truth. It's very much the truth. Which means, if you think you are limited today, you are laboring under a wrong impression. This is for the students especially. Your potential is infinite because your source is infinite. And if you could learn how to tap into that, you become almost conditionless, unconditioned. And unconditioned is a very good way for the brain to think, expand, move forward, and evolve. So, well, I'm not a management person, nor anything to do with engineering or any of the disciplines who come here to learn management. I must tell you this story. 2 minutes. You know that Henry Ford, the great founder of, almost the founder of automobile industry, Ford, he was hauled up before a court for some case, and the judge wanted to make fun of him because he knew that Henry Ford didn't know anything about engineering. He knew human engineering, but so he asked him, Mr. Ford, what do you know about an engine of a car and how the automobile runs? He said, Your Honor, I do not know how this happens, but at the press of a button, I can have 25 people who know all about it in front of me who can work on it and figure out what to do. So he said, so what engineering did you do? He said, human engineering. I know how to bring people. So your management students, the most important thing is how to get people from various backgrounds, various modes of thinking together and make them execute a project to bring about a change. This is very important. Manager need not know the nitty-gritty of things. He should know how to manage people who know the nitty-gritty of things. If this can be done, the greatest uniting factor in this is the understanding that we are all human beings. We are all one. We cannot be different. I mean, externally we are different, genetically we are different in many ways, agreed. But the fact that we are all born from a human womb, that we breathe, and that we eat, and we die, is a factor that shows that we are same in some way, universally the same. Therefore, if you can recognize this in others, sink the differences, and move forward, it will be an excellent example of human management, how to bring people together, Manavi Ekta, and how to move forward, not only for this country, it will benefit the entire world. So I think this is the message I want to give to all of you who are young. I think there was also something going on today. New students have come in and so on. Please remember, while you are involved in management, do not forget the human element. Very, very important. Always remember the human element and always work for the welfare of mankind. This is all I have to say, and thank you very much for listening to me, and thank you all for this wonderful honor. In fact, I feel as happy as when they conferred the Padma Bhushan on me. Thank you very much.